In this forecast, severe weather will be possible across North Texas today and tomorrow. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a marginal and slight risk for severe weather today. Severe weather will also be possible tomorrow across North Texas. Widespread storms will bring a marginal and slight risk for severe weather. Rainfall totals could reach 4 inches, and the heat wave is gone for now. But how long will this cool down last? All of that and more is coming right up. This is North Texas Weather Center with your latest 3.5 minute forecast, going over all that severe weather potential for both today and tomorrow across North Texas. Getting started with today, there is a marginal threat for severe weather across DFW and back out in western North Texas, and as well as a slight risk for those in central and southern Texas. Main threats today being damaging wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour and ping pong ball sized hail will be possible. Only about 25% of us will actually see rain today, so again, it's a pretty low end threat for today. Tomorrow is going to be a different story. Around 80 to 90% of us will see storms tomorrow. The main threats tomorrow being damaging wind gusts up to 70 to 75 miles per hour, and also a potential for large to very large hail. An isolated tornado cannot be ruled out, as well as a line of storms is expected to develop tomorrow evening across North Texas. Going through that future radar for you, we'll see a few isolated showers and maybe weak storms that are going to be elevated over the cap basically the late morning, early afternoon across western North Texas into central Texas. Eventually by this afternoon, we'll start to see some storm activity develop back out to the west. Again, any of this that does develop could become severe, so you can see any of those pink areas representing potentially some large hail, as well as maybe some damaging wind gusts with a couple of storms. By 9 to 10 o'clock, some showers and storms might move toward the Metroplex. The HRR model is being pretty generous in how much rain we're seeing, so a few models have only shown a storm or two. This one in particular is showing a pretty good amount of showers and at least a few storms coming toward the Metroplex. In this scenario, main threat going to be maybe some gusty winds and small hail. If they're a bit more discreet, we could see more of a severe weather sort of situation going to the evening and overnight hours. Heading into Tuesday, we'll see some showers and storms back out to the west near Wichita Falls during the late morning and early afternoon. Storms will eventually start to develop across a line during basically the late afternoon and early evening hours. So you can see right around 5 to 6 o'clock that line of storms develops. This is what could cause that potential for damaging winds up to 65, 75 miles per hour, and also the potential for large to maybe even very large hail with a storm or two. By 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, those storms will move through the Metroplex, eventually moving all out of our region, hopefully by the early morning hours heading into Wednesday. Heading into the future radar, going beyond that, going to Wednesday morning, a few scattered showers or weak storms may occur during the early morning Wednesday, primarily south of I-20. This is not anticipated to be severe, but anything down to the south, maybe in southern Texas, does have a potential for maybe some severe weather, but again, not much of a threat for us in North Texas. Take a look at the rainfall totals, by the way. We'll see a lot of rain out of this. You can see anywhere between 1 to 2 inches. Some areas may be isolated 3 to 4 inches in a few locations. Temperatures today will stay, this morning at least, in the upper 50s, back off to the north, low to mid 60s across the area. By this afternoon, will be really still fairly warm out there. It's going to be actually a little bit below average though for this time of the year. A lot of us will be in the mid to upper 70s back out to the northwest, low to mid 80s across the Metroplex this afternoon. Heading into tomorrow, we'll wake up in the morning in the low to mid 60s, some upper 60s back down to the south. Eventually by the afternoon hours, will be pretty similar to today, most of us being in the mid to upper 70s and some low 80s back down to the south. Here's your latest North Texas Weather Center 7-day forecast. This year extended look going into next week, so starting on Wednesday, again, a low end chance for some storms, primarily south of I-20. Eventually by Thursday and Friday, that heat will return. Pretty typical for this time of year, by the way. Our average high is 86, so you can see we're going to be pretty close to that throughout really a good portion of this upcoming week and going to early next week. But again, temperatures will stay fairly below average for the next few days. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting, all dents repair in the Dashner Law Firm.